the president, as Kristen just pointed out, coming under a fair amount of criticism. One of the loudest critics in the past 12 hours or so has been the bishop who oversees that historic church. Again, St. John's Church, known as the Church of Presidents. I had an opportunity to speak with the bishop who oversees it just a few minutes ago.
Well, consider the context. After making a highly charged, emotional speech to the nation where he threatened military force, his officials cleared peaceful protests with tear gas and horses and walked onto the courtyard of St. John's Church and held up a Bible as if it were a prop or an extension of his military and authoritarian position, and stood in front of our building as if it were a backdrop for his agenda. And that was where, that was the offense that I was speaking to. I also was deeply disappointed that he did not take the opportunity. He didn't come to church to pray. He didn't come to church to offer condolences to those who were grieving. He didn't come to commit to healing our nation, all the things that we would expect and long for from the highest leader in the land.
Bishop, is he a frequent worshiper at that church? Does he attend regularly?
No, never. The only time that President Trump has been at St. John's Church as president was on the morning of his inauguration.
What do you think he was trying to accomplish in that moment on Monday night?
I am not going to wager a guess, but I know what it did not accomplish. It did not serve the spiritual aspirations or the needed moral leadership that we need. It served as an instrument of his own forceful presence in the nation, and it did not address the grievous wounds that we are dealing with and the agony of our country. And so it was an abuse of the spiritual tools and symbols of our tradition and of our sacred space. And that was what I was speaking to. And I cannot speak to his motives because he did not consult us. He did not warn us that he was coming across the street to the church.
In the midst of all that's happening right now in our country, in this city especially, what's the church's message right now? What do you want people to know?
Yes, I mean, we share in the grief and the outrage of life after life of African American and people of color in this country being subjected to violence and death, often at the hands of those who are meant to keep them safe. We long and we stand for those who are using their civic right for peaceful protest to strive for justice, and we seek the same. We long to be part of the renewal and the healing of our country. And we are praying. We are praying for peace. We are praying for justice. And we are working every day to help realize God's dream of loving kindness among all people of the earth.
Right, Reverend Mariann Budde. Thank you so much, Bishop. Thank you.
Thank you.